What if everything you remember is wrong? Not just you, but millions of others, all misremembering the same things, in the same way. This strange phenomenon has a name: the Mandela Effect. Today on Untold Lens, we're diving into the memory glitch that's making us question reality itself. Stay tuned as we unravel the mystery. The term Mandela Effect was coined in 2010 by a writer named Fiona Broome. At a paranormal conference, she and others discussed how they vividly remembered Nelson Mandela dying in a South African prison in the 1980s. The only problem? That never happened. Mandela was freed in 1990. He went on to become president of South Africa and died in 2013. Fiona realized she wasn't alone. Thousands of others had the same false memory. This phenomenon sparked widespread interest and debate. Soon people began reporting other false memories, strange inconsistencies, whole swaths of the past, misremembered. The Monopoly Man, remembered with a monocle, never had one. Berenstain Bears, actually Berenstain Bears. Pikachu, no black tip on his tail. C3PO, has one silver leg in A New Hope. Luke, I am your father. The actual line is, no, I am your father. Millions of people insist their memory is correct. So what's happening? The mystery deepens. Most scientists believe the Mandela Effect can be explained by how human memory works. Memory isn't like a hard drive. It's reconstructed each time we recall something. That means it's easy to alter, especially when new information, cultural noise, or social consensus gets involved. Our brains favor logic and familiarity. Berenstain feels more correct than Berenstain, so we remember it that way. This process is called confabulation, when the mind fills in gaps with what seems accurate. Scientists continue to study this fascinating phenomenon. But something changed in the digital age. The internet turned isolated false memories into global conversations. When millions of people misremember the same thing, it creates a feedback loop. Now, memory errors become viral, and the Mandela Effect becomes part psychological, part social. This phenomenon shows how our digital world shapes collective memory. But not everyone accepts the scientific explanation. Some believe the Mandela Effect is proof of parallel universes, that we've somehow slipped from one reality into another. They point to small inconsistencies as glitches in the Matrix. A side effect of timeline shifts, possibly triggered by events like CERN's Large Hadron Collider. It's speculative. These theories, while fascinating, remain unproven and highly debated. So why does the Mandela Effect matter? Because it shows us just how fragile and how collective memory can be. What we remember isn't just personal, it's shared. And when that shared memory collapses, it makes us question how much of what we know is actually real. And how much is just an illusion. Whether it's a glitch in your brain or a glitch in the universe, the Mandela Effect reminds us of one thing: reality isn't always what it seems. Stay curious and question everything. Which Mandela Effect shocked you the most? Drop a comment below. And if this made you question reality, hit like and subscribe for more stories that bend the truth and your mind. And don't forget to share this video with your friends. Let's explore more examples of the Mandela Effect. Many people remember the famous line from the movie Field of Dreams as if you build it, they will come. However, the actual line is, if you build it, he will come. This is another classic example of how collective memory can be misleading, but it doesn't stop there. Do you recall the Monopoly Man having a monocle? In reality, he never did. And what about the beloved children's book series, the Berenstain Bears? Many swear it was spelled Berenstain Bears. These instances make us question the reliability of our memories. So what do you think? Are these just simple misrememberings, or is there something more mysterious at play? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Another intriguing instance is the Fruit of the Loom logo. Many recall it having a cornucopia, but in reality it never did. This false memory is so widespread that it has become a staple example of the Mandela Effect. But why do so many of us share these same false memories? Is it the power of suggestion, or something deeper at play? As we delve further into these examples, it becomes evident that our collective memory can be incredibly powerful, and at times, highly unreliable. This phenomenon raises questions about the nature of reality and whether our memories are influenced by external factors we may not fully understand. Could it be that our minds are more interconnected than we realize, or is there an alternate explanation for these shared misconceptions? The Mandela Effect challenges us to think critically about our perceptions and the information we take for granted. It's a reminder that our memories, while precious, are not always infallible. So, next time you find yourself certain of a fact, take a moment to question it. You might just discover another fascinating example of how our minds can play tricks on us. Stay curious, and keep questioning the world around you. Who knows what other mysteries are waiting to be uncovered? Let's dive into the world of famous quotes. One of the most commonly misquoted lines comes from Disney's Snow White. Many of us remember the evil queen saying, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" However, the correct line is actually, "Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?" This subtle difference has been misremembered by millions. Why do we collectively recall the incorrect version? Is it because mirror, mirror rolls off the tongue more easily, or is there a deeper phenomenon at play? This example highlights how even the smallest changes in words can lead to widespread misconceptions. It's another testament to the power and fallibility of our collective memory. As we continue to explore these fascinating instances, remember to question what you think you know. The world is full of surprises, and our minds are capable of incredible and sometimes unreliable feats. Stay curious and keep questioning the reality around you. Who knows what other commonly accepted facts might turn out to be another Mandela effect waiting to be uncovered. The Monopoly Man, also known as Rich Uncle Pennybags, is often remembered with a monocle. In reality, he never wore one. This false memory is another fascinating example of the Mandela effect at play. But why do so many of us vividly recall this specific image? Some theories suggest that our brains may be conflating the Monopoly Man with other monocle-wearing figures like Mr. Peanut from the Planters brand. This kind of cognitive blending showcases the malleable nature of our memories. As we navigate through these curious phenomena, it becomes apparent that our minds are capable of creating detailed, yet inaccurate, recollections. These collective false memories can be incredibly persistent, altering how we perceive the world around us. So, the next time you confidently recall a detail from your favorite childhood game or movie, take a moment to question its accuracy. You might just uncover another layer of the intriguing Mandela effect. Curious about more? The Kit Kat logo is often remembered with a hyphen between Kit and Kat. However, there has never been a hyphen in the logo. This is yet another instance of how our minds can play tricks on us. Much like the Monopoly Man's non-existent monocle, the imagined hyphen in Kit Kat shows how susceptible we are to forming false memories. It's fascinating to see how widespread these misconceptions can become, even when there's no factual basis for them. The next time you reach for a Kit Kat, take a closer look at the logo. You might be surprised to find that what you thought you knew was never true at all. This phenomenon isn't just a quirky oddity, it offers a deeper glimpse into the complexities of human cognition and memory. Stay tuned as we delve further into these mind-bending examples that challenge our perception of reality. The Febreze brand is another example. Many people remember it being spelled Febreze with an extra E. The correct spelling, however, is Febreze. This common misconception highlights how easily our memories can be influenced. We often trust our recollections without question, assuming that the details we hold are accurate, but when it comes to branding and logos, even the slightest change can feel jarring. This phenomenon is not just limited to a few products, it extends to countless aspects of our daily lives. So, the next time you freshen up your living space with Febreze, take a moment to reflect on its spelling. It's a small reminder that what we remember isn't always what is real. As we continue exploring these intriguing examples, we'll uncover even more instances where collective memory deviates from reality. Keep watching to challenge your perceptions and question what you think you know. Let's talk about geography. Some people remember there being 52 states in the United States instead of the actual 50. This false memory is surprisingly common and serves as another example of the Mandela effect. It's fascinating how widespread this misconception is, with many convinced that they learned about 52 states in school. Some even go as far as to confidently list Puerto Rico and Washington, D.C. as the additional states, despite them not having statehood status. This curious case highlights how collective memory can shape our understanding of even the most basic facts. When so many people share the same incorrect memory, it raises intriguing questions about how our brains store and retrieve information. How is it that so many of us can be so sure about something that simply isn't true? As we delve deeper into these puzzling phenomena, it becomes clear that our memories are far more malleable than we might think. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the mysteries of the Mandela Effect and challenge the boundaries of what we believe to be true. In the world of animation, many recall Pikachu from Pokémon having a black tip on his tail. In reality, Pikachu's tail has always been entirely yellow. This is another classic example of the Mandela Effect. Even die-hard Pokémon fans who have watched countless episodes and played numerous games are often shocked when they discover this fact. How could so many people, especially those so familiar with Pikachu, remember something that never existed? One theory is that the confusion arises from Pikachu's ears, which do have black tips. It's possible that our brains might have misattributed this feature to his tail as well. But that still doesn't fully explain why this specific false memory is so widespread. Whether it's due to a mix-up in our visual memory or a more complex psychological phenomenon, the Pikachu tail mystery adds yet another layer to the fascinating enigma of the Mandela Effect. It serves as a reminder that even our most cherished and familiar memories might not be as reliable as we think. So, next time you see Pikachu, take a closer look. It might just make you question what else you've been remembering incorrectly. The Looney Tunes versus Looney Tunes debate is another interesting case. Many remember the cartoon series being spelled Looney Tunes, but the correct spelling is Looney Tunes. This subtle difference has been misremembered by many. The confusion likely arises from the word tunes, which refers to the musical shorts the series originally featured. However, given that the show is animated, people often associate it with cartoons, leading to the common but incorrect recollection of Looney Tunes. This example highlights how our brains can easily mix up information, especially when two similar concepts are involved. Despite the logical explanation, the Looney Tunes memory persists for countless individuals, adding yet another layer to the complex puzzle of the Mandela Effect. So, next time you watch these classic cartoons, pay attention to the title screen. It's a small detail, but one that showcases just how tricky our memories can be. Finally, let's discuss the Mona Lisa. Some people believe her smile has changed over time, attributing this to the Mandela Effect. While this is more subjective, it still highlights how our perceptions can be influenced. Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece has been the subject of endless fascination and countless interpretations. Some viewers are convinced that her enigmatic smile is altered, becoming either more pronounced or more subdued over the years. This perceived change is often cited as another example of the Mandela Effect. But why would a painting's expression appear to change? It could be the result of lighting, the angle from which one views the painting, or even the viewer's own emotional state. Art experts suggest that the subtlety of the Mona Lisa's smile is a testament to Leonardo's genius, designed to engage the viewer in a dynamic interaction where the expression seems to shift. However, the belief in a changing smile persists, adding another layer to the debate about how our memories and perceptions can be so easily manipulated. Whether it's a trick of the light or a genuine Mandela Effect, the Mona Lisa continues to captivate and mystify, proving that sometimes the most profound mysteries are those we create in our own minds.